Kalkalosh Boker or Masechet Bava Metzia Daf Membet Amud Aleph 42a1. We are by the Mishnah. Mishnah starts Mafkid Ma'ot Etzel Havero. If you're going to be mafkid money by your friend, so you give him a pikadon, it's money, and you tell him watch over it. Utzraran v'ivshilan la'cholav, and he put it and he hung it behind him. Oshim asam libno v'ibnot ketanim, and you give him to your younger children. V'na'al b'fneim shelo karoi, but you didn't lock the door properly, and then obviously something happened, whether it got lost, stolen, or whatever the case is. You are going to be hayav shelo shimer kederech hashomrim, because you did not watch in the normal way of watchmen. But if you did watch in the normal way, patur, you will be patur. Says the Gemara, bishlema kulhu. I understand in all the cases that are going to be in our Mishnah, that you didn't watch it in the normal way. Fine. But if you put it on your back, meaning you put it like a sack on your back, what were you supposed to do then? What did you? Okay, I understand. Don't give your little child, right? Don't give it I understand. You understand? But what's the thing? Amar Rava Amar Rav Yitzchak, Amar Kada, the pasuk says v'tzarta kesef biyadecha, av al b'shetzurin yu biyadecha, which means never put money behind you. Even if it's going to be in like a bundle, never put it behind you. Always have the money in your hand. You understand? Very important lesson. Okay? Ve'amar Rav Yitzchak says Rav Yitzchak, L'olam yeh kaspo shel adam matzu biyado. You should always have the money in your hand. Shneimar v'tzarta kesef biyadecha. Ve'amar Rav Yitzchak says Rav Yitzchak, L'olam yeshlim adam et ma'otav Shlish. Adam et meotav. Shlish bekarka, shlish befrakmatya, ushlish tachat yado. A person should always divide his money into three. 1/3 in property, right? In real estate. 1/3 in business. And 1/3 in cash in your hand. You should always have it like that. Ve'amar Rabbi Yitzchak says Rabbi Yitzchak, en bracha metziya ela b'devar samui min ayin. You want bracha? Nobody should see it. It has to be samui min ayin. Yeah, you can't see it. Now the Gemara says that means whenever you want bracha, smuya min ayin, you don't see it. Tana the Rishmael ena bracha mitzuya b'dvar she'en ayin sholotet bo. There's no ayin hara. Shneimar yitzav Hashem itecha et bracha b'samecha. Kadosh Baruch Hu will command the bracha in your storage places, which are hidden places. Tana Rabbanan, we learned in a Braita. Yeah, very good. This is beautiful Gemarot, by the way. Haolech lamod et grono. If you're going to go and you're going to measure your storage house. Omed, you're supposed to say, and once you start counting, you're going to say, you're setting bracha in this kri. And after you already came in madad, which means if you already counted and then you ask Hashem to put bracha levatala, because it's already too late. Okay? Fine. He says, because there's not going to be a bracha in all these things. Bracha is only going to be, right, in something which is not going to be counted, measured, volume, something which is hidden. As it says in a pasuk, next, we're going back to watching over money. Amar Shemuel says Shemuel, Kisafim. So by the way, to do with what we just mentioned, the same thing would happen in money. Let's say, for example, I had all this money in my pocket. I don't even know how much it is. And I want to start counting the money. I don't know how much it is. It was hidden in my pocket. I take it out. I say, when you're already coming and you're starting to count, Baruch HaSholech, or Baruch HaSholech bracha b'kesef hazeh. That's it. Now, if I'm going to count it and then start saying that, tefillat shav. Why? It's already too late. Because Baruch Hu's not going to send bracha once I already counted it. You understood? So Shmuel says that ksafim, they only have shmirah in the ground. Yeah? And therefore, if you're going to put them anywhere else, it's a negligence. Amar Rava says, umodi. But they are admitting, umodi Shmuel berev shabbat ben hashmashot. You're not going to have to come and put it. Meaning in the old days, he used to come and dig a hole and put it there. And they didn't vary it. You're going to be obligated. If it's going to be tzubah rabbanan, Savar, he holds, maybe he needs money for havdalah. Right? And nowadays, the shchiche gashoshai, that you have these ganavim, and that they go in the ground, and they come and they start checking, and laim shmira ela bishme korah. They only have it in the walls. Meaning the olden days. By the way, you should know this was a very famous story that happened in the Holocaust. In the Holocaust, there was a dog remember we spoke about the concept of dogs, that they're very, very fiel to their owners, right? Very ne'emanim, right? Very trustworthy to the owners. So what happened is that a dog, right? He went and he was basically, the owners were killed, and the son came back to the city after the Holocaust, and he was trying to look for something of remnants of anything. And all of a sudden the dog came to him, and the dog was like pulling him to a certain place, right? So it was in like the backyard of the house, or like, like in this place. So he went and he started, he started like trying to dig. So the guy comes, he started digging, nothing, like the guy's like, he's exhausted already, he doesn't have strength, is that? But the dog, and he doesn't let go. So he goes, okay, maybe be'emet. He continued going, until it was very, 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 very deep. He found luggage, right? So he opened up the luggage. He had a Sefer Torah of the father, right? That means the father hid the Sefer Torah there, and tons of money. And it was because of the dog. So imagine. Yeah, meaning the dog went with the father late at night, I guess, to dig it up and to put it there. He put it there, and then that's where it was. That's where it stayed. Until the son came and collected it. So imagine, it went back to the family thing, and obviously it was Sefer Torah and money and everything, and he was able to, so imagine. Fine. So now it says the Gemara, now that there are ganavim that are also, that they break down the walls and they find it, between the shurot of the binyan b'kotel, meaning like mamash, like in the walls, and the other parts of the wall, not in the beams anymore, it's like the walls. So Amarava Mod Shmuel b'kotel, so Shmuel is going to be modeh in the kotel, right, that he says that it's enough to hide it over there, and again, as the doctor just said, that Moshe Feinstein, nowadays you have to do it in the bank. Now ganavim, that they also come and break down those things, mamash, right by the ground, or right, or by the ones which are going to be by the Korah. Samale Ravacha bered Rav Yosef leRavashi. Says Ravacha bered Yosef to Ravashi. Tnan over there we learned chametz shenafla alav mapolet. When you have chametz that it fell on it, mapolet. Oh. Makolet. Okay. No, I said mapolet. I didn't say makolet. I said mapolet. But okay. Yeah. So chametz that it fell, mapolet alav, which means the kotel fell on top of it. Yeah, it's mamash. Think about it. It's inyan adiyoma. We're talking about Pesach. So chametz that fell on it, mapolet. Hareu kemevuar. It's like it's already destroyed. Rashbag says, "Kol she'en hakelev yachol lechbez." If the dog can't get it, the Tana, and what does that mean? Kama chafisat hakelev shoshat tfachim. If it's within 3 tfachim deep, that's it. It's gone. Meaning they can't get it anymore. It fell underneath the thing. You're going to start digging underneath to find people. That's it.
How much is 3 tfachim?
24 centimeters. 3 times 8. Every tefach is 8 centimeters. Yeah? So Elmaleh, so he says, right, Hachamai, mi do we need 3 tfachim or not? So he says, Elmaleh, hata mishum reicha. There it's because of the smell. Right? And therefore, ba'inan 3 tfachim. But here, it's because it's covered from the eye, and therefore you don't even need 3 tfachim. So how much do you need? Even 1 tefach is already going to be enough. I mean, even if it's going to be deep 1 tefach, it's already going to be enough without any problem. Haul Gavra, story. Haul Gavra, the afkid zuze gabe chavre, somebody gave money to his friend to watch over. Odvinhu. Yeah? Betzlifa de urbene. Yeah? And, right? So basically what happened is that this person, he put his money by his friend, and then he put the money in a tzrif, which is like a hut, right? Which was made out of anfei anava. So betzlifa de urbene. Ikiduv, was stolen. So Amar of Yosef says to Yosef, even though to do with ganavim it is good, right? That means basically they don't usually go and steal in a hut. Like it doesn't even make sense. Linyan nura, but to do with a fire, it's considered pshia, negligence. So therefore at the beginning it's negligence, because if it could have caught on fire, kaddish. Now even though at the end it was honest, because usually ganavim don't go to the huts to get the money, but the fact that it was tchilato b'pshia v'sofo b'ones, you're going to be chayav. Okay, that's the general rule. Yes. Some people say, even though it is considered a fire, it's considered a negligence for fire. It is considered ganav for ganavim. It's considered that you watched over it, and therefore you're going to be patur. Is going to be chayav. Another story. There was somebody that put money by his friend. Amarle, and he told him, "Havli zuzai, give me money." Amarle, he says, "Lo yadane echad, I don't know where I put the money." He told him, if you don't remember where you put something, that's called a pshia. Somebody could, I don't know where you put my Gemara. That's pshia. Why? I have to watch over the Gemara of every single person? Obviously not. Right? So therefore, yeah, so what is that? Pshia. Zir Shalem, go pay. Third story. There was a person that he put money by his friend, and he gave it to his mother, and she put it in an agaz, in like a chest. It was stolen. Rava says, how are we going to judge this? If we're going to tell him, go pay. Amari could say, anybody that comes, if you give you money, you already know that you're going to give it. He's going to give it to his wife, children, right? Obviously the elder children, right? So therefore, if you're going to tell now the mother go pay, she could say, he didn't tell me it wasn't his, right? That I had to go and had to bury it. So then we could tell the son, why didn't you say that it was not yours? Amari says, if I would not say that it's mine, meaning if I say that it's mine, she would even watch it even better. Meaning, by nature, if I come and I say, listen, this is my son's, so I'm going to watch it very, very well. If you're going to tell me, hey, it's somebody else's, okay, so fine. No. You understand? Meaning she's going to even watch it even better. So, he has to swear that he gave it to his mother. And the mother is going to swear that these are the ones that they were placed in a chest and it was stolen. Upatur, and then they're all going to be patur. Everybody's going to be patur. Yeah, the mother and the son. Next case, fourth case. Hahu apotropa diatme. There was an apotropos of Yitomim. How do you say a custodian? Administrator. Okay, so administrator of Yitomim. Tezavan lehu Torah liatme. That they bought a shore for Yitomim. Umasre lebakara. So they give it to a roe bakar. Lo lekach v'shine lemicha. So it didn't have any teeth in order to eat. Umit, and therefore it died. So Amar Rabbi Bar Chama, how are you going to judge this? If we're going to tell the apotropos go pay, Amar is going to say, I gave it to the Roe Bakar. Name, if you're going to tell the Roe Bakar go pay, he's going to say, Ana the Torah, I put it by the other Bakars, and I gave it to eat, and how am I going to know that it wasn't eating? Meaning, I didn't realize that it wasn't eating. The other animals were eating up its food, but I didn't realize that it wasn't eating. So says the Gemara, what's going on over here? Michte, Bakara shomer sachar diatmehu. This bakar, right, he's actually going to be the roe as a shomer sachar. He should have paid attention. Meaning he should have paid attention that the animal's not eating. Iika, right, say the diatme. So now, says the Gemara, you're right. If Be'emet is going to cause a loss for the Yitomim, Hachanam, you're right, we're going to be mechayev the roe. The shepherd is going to be chayav. They're not losing anything. Tashkechu lemare de Torah, because they found the original owner, and they took the money from him. Because it was a mekach ta'ut, it was a mistake from the beginning. If the shore didn't have any teeth in it, what do you want? Elaman katayin, so who's going to be toen? Mare de Torah katayin, right? Which means that it's the mocher. Ibayle lo du'unan. So he says he should have told him. He should have told him that he doesn't have any teeth. Why didn't he tell him? So my mother, what is he going to tell him? It's already, even if he would have told him, it's still going to be mekach ta'ut. Why? If he already tells him, so that's it. Says Gemara b'safsira. We're talking about like a sirsur. Sirsur is like a middleman, like like the agent. So the zavan mehacham. So he buys from one, meaning that since there's a middleman involved, sometimes they don't know the full story. They don't know what's going on. So many times have it. You have a middle guy, and he comes and he buys, and then he sells, and he gets a profit as well. So everyone has their hand in it. Okay.
He should check when he buys.
Yes, the original one.
But as it's not usual that an animal doesn't have teeth.
Exactly. Hilkach, therefore, mishtaba iu de lo hava yada. He has to swear that he didn't know about it. Mushalem bakra de mezbesar bezol. Then he's gonna have to pay the roe bakar cheap meat, which is basically going to be 2/3 of the value of the meat.
Ox.
Yeah, because
It's grass. What does he need teeth?
he still needs teeth to chew it.
Chew grass.
Yeah, to chew. Yeah, yeah, you need it still. Next, fifth story. Maaseh. Hahu gavra de'afki keshuta kabechavre. There was somebody that put keshut. Keshut are leeks, no? Hops. Here it says hops. Hops to his friend. So he also had these hops. So Elmaleh, he went, he told the Menayel of his house, Mehai Rami. right? From this pile, take from the reward. And he took from the other one. So Amar Rav Amram, says Rav Amram, how are we going to judge this case? Namely, if we're going to tell him now, go pay, Amar, he says, I told him from this one take. Namely, if you're going to tell the saris to the manager, Zil Shalom, go pay. Amar, he says, he just told me take from this one, but he didn't say from this one yes, from this one no. Okay, so therefore we don't know what to do. So if he has the shiur of bringing it back, and he didn't bring it, so then it's going to be gal that it was good. That means basically since he was pshia, so he should have paid. So the fact is, why didn't he actually mechayev oto? So it says again, he didn't have enough time to bring it back. So sof might say but what's the loss? At the end of the day, he wasn't marviach anything. Meaning, what do I care which pile he took from? If he took $100 from this pile, $100 for this pile, it's the same thing. So he says no. He says Amarav Safra Sama Beredirava to have a shichra chala. The shechar of the shomer became chometz. It became vinegar, right? And therefore, that's why he's not going to be chayav l'sh. That means he wasn't actually even benefiting from it. Ravashi says bekise. We're talking about the thorns, right? That they came in front. So therefore, it didn't actually evaluate. It didn't actually appreciate in value. And then he has to pay the mekise, the money of the value, right, of the appreciation. That now, like because of the thorns and everything that was taken out, he has to pay that value.